Have you ever wondered if a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil could cause a tornado in Texas? This is not just a flight of fancy, but a concept deeply entrenched in the study of chaos theory. This idea is known as the butterfly effect, a phenomenon where a minute change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can result in enormous differences in a later state. The term was coined in the mid-20th century by meteorologist Edward Lorenz, who was working on weather prediction models. He discovered that even the smallest changes in initial conditions could have a profound impact on the outcome. Essentially, the butterfly effect tells us that our world is interconnected in ways that we might not even realize, where a butterfly's wings might indeed stir up the air that eventually becomes a tornado. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? So how does this all work? Let's break down this fascinating concept. The butterfly effect, at its core, is the idea that a seemingly minor event can have significant, even world-changing consequences. It's a principle of chaos theory, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's imagine you're making a sandwich. You decide to use the last slice of bread, which means your roommate can't have toast for breakfast. They decide to go out for breakfast, meet an old friend, and that chance encounter leads to a new business idea. Your simple act of making a sandwich has indirectly led to the creation of a new business. That's the butterfly effect in action. Now let's take another example, this time from meteorology. A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, and 2 weeks later, due to the complex interactions in the weather system, a tornado forms in Texas. This is, of course, an oversimplified example, and the real world is much more complex, but it illustrates how small changes can lead to significant outcomes. The butterfly effect isn't just limited to weather or sandwiches. It's a principle that applies across various fields. In economics, for instance, a small change in interest rates can ripple through the economy, affecting everything from housing prices to job growth. Even in our personal lives, the butterfly effect is in play. Think about it: a chance meeting, a random decision, a minor incident. These small events can set off a chain of events that shape our lives in significant ways. The butterfly effect is a reminder that we live in a world that is deeply interconnected, where small changes can have big impacts. It's a concept that encourages us to consider the potential consequences of our actions, no matter how insignificant they may seem at the moment. So, you see, the butterfly effect is all around us. But where does chaos come into play, you may ask? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of the chaos theory. It's a branch of mathematics that deals with complex systems. Its beauty lies in finding hidden patterns, order, and structure in what seems to be random data. Now, imagine a swirling vortex of water. Can you predict the path of every droplet? To the naked eye, it seems impossible, right? But with the chaos theory, we can identify underlying patterns. So how does this tie into the butterfly effect? Well, the chaos theory is the very backbone of it. It suggests that minor differences in a dynamic system, such as the flutter of a butterfly's wings, could set off a chain of events leading to substantial and unpredictable results. In essence, the chaos theory helps us understand why small changes can have massive effects in the grand scheme of things. And that's where the butterfly effect gets even more interesting. You might ask, where can we see the butterfly effect in action? Let's take a journey through real-life examples to observe this captivating concept. Consider meteorology, where a slight change in initial conditions can drastically affect weather forecasts. A small fluctuation in temperature or pressure somewhere in the world could potentially trigger a chain reaction, leading to a hurricane in another part of the globe weeks later. Switching gears, let's delve into the stock market. Just think about how a single tweet from a prominent business leader can sway investor sentiment, causing a domino effect that shakes the global economy. Lastly, history is teeming with instances of the butterfly effect. A seemingly insignificant event or decision can set off a chain of events leading to monumental outcomes, such as wars or revolutions. These examples show that the butterfly effect is not just a theoretical concept. It's a fascinating phenomenon that permeates our world and our lives. What does the butterfly effect mean for us? It's a question that resonates deeply with our daily lives. By acknowledging the butterfly effect, we understand that every decision we make, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can have far-reaching consequences. It's a call for us to consider all possible variables and outcomes when planning our actions. This doesn't mean we should be paralyzed by indecision. Rather, it's an encouragement to be thoughtful, to be aware that our choices ripple out into the world in ways we may not immediately see. It's a reminder that the future is not always predictable, and that even the best-laid plans can be undone by a single, unexpected event. The butterfly effect also underscores the interconnectedness of all things. Every action creates a reaction, every cause an effect. It reminds us that we are not islands, but part of a vast, complex web of interrelationships. In essence, the butterfly effect teaches us to expect the unexpected. But wait, does this mean every small action triggers a catastrophic event? Well, no, that's a common myth about the butterfly effect. While it's true that small changes can potentially lead to big outcomes, it doesn't mean they always will. The butterfly effect is about the unpredictability and potential of such changes, not a guaranteed cause and effect. Just like a coin toss, the outcome isn't certain. It's about possibilities, not certainties. So, no, a butterfly flapping its wings won't necessarily cause a tornado. To sum it up, we've ventured into the compelling world of the butterfly effect. We've defined it, connected it to the chaos theory, and presented real-life scenarios where it's in play. We've explored its vast implications, shedding light on how it shapes our world in unexpected ways. We've also debunked some myths, clarifying misconceptions. Remember, every action, no matter how small, can have a big impact. That's the beauty of the butterfly effect.